Am I the asshole for not washing the spoon? I'm 19 years old, and I know this might seem like a silly situation to a lot of people, maybe even too minor to turn into an argument. Still, I decided to share it here because this wasn't an isolated incident. Similar situations happen often, and I genuinely don't know if I'm being completely clueless or if the other person's reaction was exaggerated. For some context, I've been living with my mom, my stepfather, and my sister for about 3 years now. It's a long story. On the day this happened, I went to serve myself lunch like I usually do. I didn't see a specific spoon for the rice, so I grabbed a clean spoon and put some rice on my plate. Shortly after, I noticed that there actually was a rice spoon there. So I put away the spoon I had briefly used and started using the one that was already in the container. I ended up putting the first spoon away without washing it, since it had only been used for a few seconds. My mom saw me putting the spoon away without washing it, and that ended up starting an argument. She got really angry and even called me dirty for not washing the spoon. So now I'm left wondering, was I the a-hole and genuinely wrong for not washing the spoon, or was my mom's reaction disproportionate to what happened?
Am I the a-hole for wanting to do what I want? I'm a 25-year-old woman. I'm currently in college. I receive a scholarship for scientific research, and I also have an internship. I earn my own money, but I still live with my mother. She is 60 years old and has been divorced from my father for many years. The issue is that lately we've been clashing a lot about my life. I feel like she tries to control me. I recently came out to her about my sexuality, and that has become one of the main reasons for our conflicts. I've been seeing a woman, and this past weekend there was a pre-carnival street party I wanted to attend. She invited me to stay over at her place because it's closer to the event area. When I told my mother about it, things completely blew up. She even said she would call my father, who doesn't know about my sexuality, and my brother to talk, claiming that I've been acting differently, that I was going to dangerous places, and saying a lot of other things. I've always been a calm, responsible daughter. I've never caused problems. I've always been more of a homebody, and I still am. But once in a while, I like to go out and enjoy myself. I don't drink excessively or do anything reckless. I was really upset, but I went anyway. I don't want her controlling my life. It feels like she's unhappy with her own life and wants me to be unhappy too. She doesn't want me to date or truly live my life. She treats me like I'm still a child. Meanwhile, my brother lives in another state, does everything she wants, and follows everything she says. In the end, I always feel like I'm the black sheep of the family. When I got back home, she was completely silent. Am I the a-hole for this?
Am I the *hole for finding this situation strange? I'm a 25-year-old man, and I was chatting with another guy on a dating app. I asked if he was interested in doing something together, and he said no. Even so, I kept insisting and eventually even offered to pay him. He asked how much, and I told him the amount. Once again, he refused. At one point, he asked me if I was in therapy. I replied that I had recently started. I got the feeling that he thought I was crazy because of my insistence. However, I also felt like he showed some interest the moment he asked how much I was willing to pay. He's a tall, conventionally attractive guy, and I'm skinny. It's hard to imagine someone like him being interested in me in the first place. So, am I the *hole for insisting with someone who clearly wasn't interested? And regarding the therapy question, why do you think he asked me that?
Am I the *hole for feeling angry at my mom even though she's good to me? I'm a 20-year-old woman. Some time ago, I made a post about how my mom clearly favored my stepfather and excluded me from everything. Trips, outings, and things like that. Most people supported me and said I should distance myself from her. But I ended up going back on that decision. I came home to spend my vacation here. I have 2 younger sisters. At one point, I messed up badly. I tried to lightly tap my sister on the head as a joke to scold her. Missed and accidentally hit her in the face. I immediately apologized to her while crying, but my stepfather already hated me, and she told him what happened. He left the house and went to the countryside because he didn't want to be anywhere near me. He said I'm a bad person and that I take after my father. Fine, I won't go too deep into this part, I know I was wrong, but it was unintentional and I never did anything like that again. I sincerely apologize to my sister. I know it's a stupid kind of joke, especially since I'm 20 and much stronger than her anyway. Later, I went to send a message on my mom's phone and saw her and my stepfather planning a Christmas trip. Of course, I wasn't included. That hurts even more. My mom said to me, "Forget about him. When we travel, it'll be me, you, and your sisters." I decided to let it go. He doesn't like me anyway. Today, I got home and there was no one there. I had fallen off my motorcycle earlier because some dogs ran in front of it. When my mom arrived, I asked where they had gone. She said the square. I knew that was a lie. I asked my younger sister and she told me they had gone out to dinner at a pizza place. Find another exclusion plus a lie. I honestly feel like trash here. My stepfather treats me like I'm the worst person in the world. My mom isn't a bad person. She gives me everything, supports me financially, but I hate being ignored. I ended up seeing a conversation between them. It went something like this. "Mom, I'm feeling worse and worse about 30 stepfather. I don't want her anywhere near me, Mom. So I'm the one who has to stay away from her stepfather. She doesn't like you. She just wants your money, stepfather. I hope you never invite her anywhere I'm going. If you do, I'll leave. Thank God I don't live here anymore and I'm just here for vacation." I may be 20, but it still hurts to see how one man ruined my relationship with my mother. She mentioned that I had fallen off my bike, and he said it was because I ride too fast even though the dogs literally jumped in front of me. Whatever, life goes on. I just needed to vent. The point is, I know my mom is suffering. I know she's not okay either. But what would it cost her to finally put her foot down? To say, "Don't talk about my daughter like that"? I had a daughter before I married you. I can't stand this silence and omission. Because of that, I've become cold toward her. I keep to myself, sometimes pretend I don't hear her. I know maybe that makes me the a-hole. But being excluded every single day is exhausting as HL. She gives me everything, the best of everything. She works hard, and still I can't bring myself to hug her or kiss her. I don't even remember the last time I told her I loved her. Honestly, saying it feels like an effort. One day she asked me, "Why don't you treat me the way you treat your grandparents?" I hug them, kiss them, and show affection. I wish I could treat her the same way, but I just can't, even if she doesn't realize it. She chose my stepfather when she traveled with him, went out with him, married him. Even when I was 9 years old and it was already clear he didn't like me. Now I have to accept that a 50-year-old man can tell my mother that I'm a bad person and worthless. And in the end, she'll still kiss him and tell him she loves him. So, am I the A*hole? Or are we all A*holes here?
Am I the A*hole for wanting to move out at 18? A lot has happened over the past year, which is when this whole situation really began. To make the issue clear and explain why I'm asking this question, I'll focus on the most important details. About 4 years ago, my maternal grandparents went through a difficult situation due to my grandfather's health. Because of that, my parents were invited to move in with them. The house is large, so it was possible to accommodate my parents, my sisters, and my niece. I ended up in a more isolated room, located in the laundry area. Since it's a 2-story house, my room is upstairs. We even jokingly called it the lookout because you can see the city from there. Unfortunately, due to his health issues, my grandfather passed away in 2023. As time went on, my older sister had another baby. Since she didn't finish college and is still young, she remains financially dependent on my mother. When we moved out of our original home, that house was rented out. I don't know the details of the agreement, but the tenants stayed there until April of last year. After the baby was born, my family decided to move back into the old house. Because of the limited space and the number of people involved, my parents, my sisters, and my niece I ended up sacrificing my space to make room for everyone, both in the new house and the old one. Since August of last year, I had been living alone with my grandmother. The old house is in the same neighborhood, so it wasn't an issue to visit after school or even sleep there on weekends. That's where the real problem begins. Because the house was and honestly still is in the middle of moving and reorganizing. There wasn't much for me to do. I'd either play on my computer at the table in the living room or lie down. I enjoy reading and writing, and I really value having my privacy respected. However, during my visits, if my parents were stressed or irritated about something, they would inevitably take it out on me. They would yell, insult me, and embarrass me. The computer became their main target. They'd say I'm always on my phone, that I have no friends, that I never leave the house, or that I'm rude. Maybe I am rude sometimes. Maybe I do spend too much time on screens or don't go out very often. But it hurts deeply to constantly be the outlet for their daily frustrations. Because of the way I was raised, I don't talk back. I don't insult them in return. I just take it, swallow my anger, and stay quiet. It hurts for a while. But eventually, I try to forget it. This behavior became frequent around late November or early December of last year. There were 2 separate weeks when I stayed at their house and the exact same thing happened. At the beginning of this year, it happened again, but much worse. They openly insulted me, saying I'd never be anything in life and that I'd be a piece of for spending all my time playing games. The thing is, I don't do that 24/7, but I think that, as a way to escape that hostile and claustrophobic environment, their house is extremely small. With zero privacy, I ended up overdoing it. On January 14th of this year, I moved in with them again. I was still hurt from how the first week of the year went, but I tried to resolve things and came back anyway. The problem is that these weeks haven't been good. I don't feel comfortable here. I don't want to be around them. I feel a kind of repulsion. It's like I'm constantly being watched and have to please them somehow. The final straw was the day before yesterday, when my mother told me that from that day on, I'd only be allowed to use screens for 3 hours a day. Like, what? I turned 18 last November. I know it's recent, but I'm not a child anymore. This might sound like she's overprotective, but she's not. Really? She says things like this, but rarely enforces them. Still, this constant pressure is too much. I don't want to spend another second in this house being insulted and emotionally manipulated. Right now, my plan is to talk to my older sister. She lives with my grandmother, her husband, and their 2 daughters, and my old room there is completely free. The last few times I stayed there, my mental health improved a lot, and that heavy, awful feeling went away. I know this might make me sound spoiled, but that's not the case. My mom is a teacher, my dad is a freelance musician, and my mom is basically the one who supports the household. Growing up, buying things was always difficult. So here's my question. Am I being the A*hole? Am I wrong or even selfish for not wanting to stay in the middle of this mess? I'm honestly feeling really bad and could use some help.
Am I the *hole for not liking that my friend is in a relationship? I know the title sounds pretty self-explanatory, but here's the full context. I have a best friend to 6M, and I'm to 4M. We've been friends for several years. We usually play games together and hang out often. We're both adults, so there have always been times when one of us couldn't play or go out. And that's totally fine, it happens. Normally, we play during the week after 8 p.m. It's our way to relax after work. Since we both wake up early, we usually play for about 2 to 3 hours and then call it a night. Sometimes we play on weekends, but that doesn't always work out, so I won't even count that. Recently, he started a new relationship. He's been in relationships before. So I was already used to him pausing the game to text or leaving early to go out with someone. But this time, it's been incredibly frustrating. He constantly stops to message her, and a lot of the time it's voice messages right in the middle of our conversations. Sometimes I'm talking about something important to me, and he suddenly starts recording audio messages for her. Other times, we go days without playing because he wants to prioritize her, and I genuinely don't have a problem with that. The issue is that even when we do sit down to play, sometimes right after he's come back from seeing her, he stays glued to his phone. They'll even start a phone call, and I'm left waiting for one of them to finally hang up. There have been times when I waited over an hour for him to come back to the game, and when he finally did, I had to go to bed because I had work the next day. A lot of times, he'll message me inviting me to play, and then disappear for hours while I'm waiting. When he shows up again, he says he was busy with her. I understand that the beginning of a relationship is the honeymoon phase, but this has been genuinely upsetting for me. I'm an introverted guy with social anxiety, so I don't have many friends. Sometimes, all I want is to play a bit with my best friend and relax, especially after a terrible day. Lately, though, that feels impossible. I'm writing this right now while waiting for him to finish talking to his girlfriend on the phone. I asked if something had happened, and he said she just wanted to call him for no specific reason. I've been waiting for almost 50 minutes. I feel bad for feeling this way while he's happy, but this situation has become uncomfortable and frustrating for me on a daily basis. So, am I the asterisk hole?
Am I the asterisk hole for refusing to attend a rich people's college and staying at a poor people's one? I was accepted into the pro-uni program with a 100% scholarship to Harvard Agribusiness School, where tuition costs over 6,000 reals per month. The program I got into is the most generic one possible. Business administration. For context, I've been studying computer science at UNIP for about a year now. I'm really bad at math, like genuinely terrible, and I struggle a lot with it. Even so, I actually like the course, despite suffering a LT. Seriously. The LT. Because last year was so overwhelming, I panicked and took the ANIM and other entrance exams again. I was accepted into a federal university through SISU in another state, Mato Grosso do Sul. But unfortunately, I live very far away. I'm from a small town in São Paulo state, so moving wasn't realistic. Later, still desperate to escape computer science, I'm 21 and took the ANIM again. I chose business administration through pro-uni without thinking too much. That's when I got into Harvard, which is widely known as a college for agribusinessaires. Honestly, just looking at their Instagram gave me bad vibes. Spoiled rich kids everywhere. The campus architecture is beautiful, but it's absurd that a business administration degree costs over 6,000 reals a month. It's very clear that this college is designed to teach rich kids how to run their families' multi-million-dollar businesses. I don't know land. I don't have assets. I'm not an heir to anything. I'm a poor, working-class person like most people. I honestly feel like I don't even own clothes good enough to step foot in that place. In their videos, professors are wearing suits and ties. Now imagine the wealthy, white students. That said, if the college chose to offer pro-uni scholarships, that must mean they're open to low-income students, right? Maybe things are changing at Harvard. In theory, it would be a big opportunity to study at a prestigious place in an easier course than computer science. With better infrastructure, I talk to my friends and my family, and no one recommends that I go. Everyone says I'm not Harvard's target audience. Still, I feel like I might be throwing away an opportunity out of fear or stupidity. I'm scared of being bullied for being trans and poor. I'm scared of wasting time in a generic course that only works if you already have a family business to inherit. The truth is, I don't like business administration. I like computer science, even though math absolutely destroys me and I get grades like 2 on exams. I still learn a L*T of interesting things in class. But how am I supposed to work in tech if the job market requires math? Do you understand the mental chaos I'm in? So, am I the asterisk hole for not wanting to study at Harvard?
Am I the hole for hitting my sister with a cloth? I'm a 25-year-old woman, and my sister is 15. I usually do everything she asks. Just to give a few examples from this past week, I took her to a crochet store to buy more yarn because her purple one ran out. Went out to get soda for her even though I don't drink the ones she likes. Fixed a necklace she had tangled and couldn't take off. Cooked pasta because she was craving it. Offered to buy her an AA when I got one for myself. Took photos of a package that arrived damaged so she could complain to Shopee because she didn't want to get out of bed. Installed Stardew Valley on her computer because she wanted to play. And so on. Today, I was cleaning the top of the refrigerator, which is full of containers. I was standing on a chair, and she was right next to the drawer where we keep cleaning cloths. I asked her to hand me one, and she said, "I don't want to." I told her she was literally right there and that it wouldn't take any effort. She said she still wasn't going to do it. So I got down from the chair, grabbed the cloth myself, and she just stood there watching. I jokingly tapped her on the head with the cloth and called her lazy, then went back to cleaning the fridge. She immediately walked away crying. My mom saw everything and came to scold me, saying I needed to respect my sister and that I shouldn't hit her. She told me to go apologize right away. I said I wouldn't, because I'm always doing things for my sister and she couldn't even be bothered to hand me a cloth that was right next to her. My mom got angry, stomped off, and went to complain to my dad, who did absolutely nothing. So, am I the a-hole?
Am I the asterisk hole for thinking it's unfair that my family judges me at 19? I'm about to turn 20, and it's been around 7 months since I finished high school. I honestly have no idea what I'm supposed to do with my life right now. People keep judging me, saying that I haven't had a real start in life yet, but the truth is, I don't even know how to begin. I worked at a supermarket once and didn't even last a full week. Courses feel pointless to me, like they don't really lead anywhere. From time to time, I hear my relatives constantly complaining about their jobs, and that completely drains my motivation. It makes me wonder, is this really how life is supposed to be? Just work, go home, repeat. For what reason? What's the point of all this? On top of that, I'm dealing with the grief of the person I never got to be during my childhood and teenage years, something that now feels too late to change. I feel extremely lonely, and sometimes it feels like I can't even rely on my own family. So I want to know, am I the asterisk hole for feeling like it's unfair to be judged at 19? And how did you all start your lives?
Am I the asterisk hole for calling my friend ignorant? I, 17F, and my friend, 16F, study together at a private school in Brazil, and we're currently in our senior year of high school. For context, my friend is very intelligent and always gets excellent grades, but her cultural background and general knowledge are quite weak. I've talked to her about this several times before, but she always says, if it won't be on the Enneagram, then it's not important. She wants to become a doctor. One day in class, some friends and I were talking about the Jeffrey Epstein case and all the disturbing things surrounding it. Then my friend joined the conversation and, very confused, asked what we were talking about, saying she had never heard of the case before. It's important to mention that she does use social media. Hearing that honestly shocked me. How could someone with so many opportunities to gain knowledge and who dreams of becoming a doctor have absolutely no idea who Epstein is? I looked at her, took a breath and said, "Girl, you really should be more informed about the world." She replied, "But that's not even an EM topic, so it doesn't really matter." Then I said, "You should put your ignorance aside and try to be more informed." After that, she called me an asterisk hole and said I was exaggerating. Since then, she barely talks to me. I want to apologize, but at the same time I feel like I'm not wrong. So, was I the asterisk hole?